Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome to another challenge. Today we're going to be playing some 20XX. Now if you haven't heard of 20XX before, this is a roguelike game that plays a lot like Mega Man X. Now I've played a lot of the Mega Man X games and I do enjoy that style of platformer. So to combine that kind of gameplay style with a roguelike game, this is a very interesting combination, and I put a lot of time into 20XX thanks to this. It's probably the roguelike that I played the most out of all different roguelike games that I own. But I want to play 20XX a little bit differently today compared to how I normally play it. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into things here. We got a couple of different things to explain so you guys understand just how today's set of runs are going to work in general. So first things first, there's a couple different things we need to explain here in the hub area, so you kind of understand what to expect going forward. First things first here is permanent upgrades. These are upgrades that you can buy, and these will be affected in every run that you do. And these permanent upgrades you can turn on and off for normal and reverent mode, but we're not going to be playing on those difficulties today, so these options aren't going to affect us at all. The things we'll be worrying about is item unlocks and next run items. We can buy these with a currency known as chips in between our runs. So I'm going to keep in mind how many chips we have. We're probably going to be utilizing really just the next run items for the most part. Then we can also play this game as a couple different characters. We have the starting character here, Nina. Basically, this is Mega Man in this game. We can go ahead and shoot, hold down the button to charge up your shot, and you got a dash and everything. This is very much Mega Man X. And then the other character here, Ace. Ace can go ahead and use a beam sword like Zero from the Mega Man X series. You can go ahead and charge it for a stronger attack, but I'm going to be playing as Nina for this because I like the long range of the blaster compared to the short range of the sword. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, let's go ahead and jump into a run here, and we have 3 difficulty options. Reverent, which is the easy mode. You have 3 lives to work with, which is great for just completing a run. Normal mode, you die, you're over, the run is done at that point. So it is pretty punishing, but you do get power-ups throughout your adventure, just like in Reverent mode, to make your journey easier. But we're going to be playing on Defiant difficulty, which this definitely changes up a lot of stuff, mainly because we have modifiers to work with here. Now, I've played around with a lot of these different modifiers, and I'm not going to be turning them all on for this video, because there's a lot of them here that are going to make these runs next to impossible to play, let alone beat. And it's not going to really be entertaining, in my opinion, to play with all these modifiers on. But I have tested all these different modifiers out. And the modifiers I'm going to be playing for today's challenge is we're going to be using Swarm, which will make more enemies spawn. Final Destination, which makes it so that we can't get any kind of like items right before the boss fight in a stage. Furor, which will make enemies move faster. Wrath, which will make enemies do more damage, so now instead of 1 damage, they'll do 2 units of damage. Undying makes them have more health, so enemies will take longer to kill. Stone will make every hazard do quadruple damage, so if you fall in a pit, instead of doing 1 damage, it's going to do 4 damage. And since I started out with 8 health, falling to a pit twice is going to kill me immediately, so this is going to be a really devastating one. Endless makes it so that your run will not end until you die, so there's no definitive ending. This one's not going to matter much, if you want to be honest, for what we're going to be doing here. We're going to probably die like a stage or 2 in, but I am going to turn this on anyway. It's just to kind of add it to our collection of mods here. Destiny makes it so we only have 1 level portal at the end of every level, so normally you have a choice of 1 or 3 stages to go, but with Destiny turned on, we don't have a choice anymore. We have to go where the game tells us. And then we have Dearth here, which will make the first 3 boss fights grant their usual rewards. After that, it could be anything. So these are the modifiers I'm playing with. Now with that said, let's go ahead and start up a run. So we're going to just go ahead and do 3 runs here at the most. And we'll just see how well these runs go. I'm not expecting any of these runs to do amazing in terms of progress. I wouldn't be surprised if we die like half a stage in a lot of these runs. Gotta be really careful here. It's best to play this mode very defensively. Just kind of waiting to see what comes my way. I'm gonna hold a charge shot whenever I can, just to keep myself as powerful as possible. Now, I'm not going to go for that chest. I was trying to see what else was up there. That's not really going to be worth it, if you want to be honest here, because that can only really hold ammo or health, and I haven't used up either one of those things just yet, so we're just going to go ahead and continue on with the level. Now, you're going to notice for my movement, I'm going to be holding down the dash button, because whenever I jump, I get dash speed. So I jump all over the place and just hold the dash button when I play this game. Now, Glory Zone here, I'm also not going to be doing, because I don't have a need to go through there right now, because that will also drop either just health or ammo, and I'm good on both, so we're not going to worry about it. I defeated a shiny enemy there, so the glowing ones can give you soul chips, and that guy gave me 12, so I got a lot of chips to work with in between runs here. Oh, that was bad. That was really, really bad on my health. Debating. I should probably go back. Gotta just wait this one out. And just make my way back over to that glory zone. This is why we didn't go in there already, because now I can go back, get me some health here, and I can challenge it. So I might as well, just to get all my health back. One mistake in this is really punishing. I gotta be very careful with these lasers. It's very easy to get clipped by one. Because their starting animation looks a little deceiving to me. Sometimes I just walk right into it and still take damage. Alright, so there's that health we all lost beforehand. So now let's work our way back up to where we lost it all and not fall in the lava again. That'd be preferred. Or, you know, I could just hit the side of the fire and then lose it Okay, well, that's even worse. That feel when you go back to get health and you lose it all on the way back to where you lost it to begin with. Not a good trade-off. So that was a new high score. And hilarious deaths. Yeah, I completely agree. If you want to try this seed out for yourself, the code is on screen there in the bottom right. Every time you finish a run, the seed will pop up there in the bottom right. So go ahead and try this out in your copy of 20XX, because you're going to probably do a lot better than me. So now we have 12 soul chips here to use. Let's go ahead and use these chips up. So I can start with nuts. I can get some movement speed up. Or I can go with one of these as an item unlock. Honestly, this is not very great in terms of different things. I might as well go for just the power up and then give me some tokens. And that's, I think, all I'll do. So let's jump back into this and see how well we do. You may be wondering, why don't I just save my chips for another run and just get better rewards? If you don't spend your chips when you're back in the hub area like that, they disappear. You have to spend your chips before you do another run. So if I wanted to use those chips at all, I needed to use them when we were there, back in the hub. So that may seem like a rash decision, but if you haven't played 20XX before, that does look bad, but it is actually something I have to do. It's not a preferred thing, but it is something you do have to do. Gotta be very careful here because of all the disappearing platforms. Disappearing platforms in this game I find to be a little bit better than in the Mega Man games because they are so much faster in this game, and they're easier to see when they're spawning. I don't mind the disappearing platforms in this game, really. Okay, that guy's just stuck. I gotta wait for the cube to go away and then I can shoot him. I'm gonna take you out because you're in a really bad spot, really. Now this guy I want to go ahead and take out because any enemy that's glowing, definitely gonna be worth killing. And this guy's pattern is at least easy to work with. There's 5 soul chips, not as much as the last one we got in our previous run. Let's go and do a glory zone. So now we have disabled traps. Which this one's not that bad. Just get up close and personal, use a power, and then we'll just turn them all off. It's probably one of the easier ones to really do. Now if I just hit the top ones, there we go. A little awkward to hit the top ones. Oh, it gave me nothing, really? Not even health? That's the whole reason why I did the glory zone, is I wanted some health back. Because I'm not allowed to get any health. Now careful with that guy. Has some pretty good range with those spikes, so best off just to not stay near him when he's about ready to attack. Almost missed my timing with those disappearing platforms. I did say they are better than the ones in Mega Man because of their timing and all, but it's still possible not to make a jump from one of those things if you're on a falling platform. That just won't work out. Alright, so we made it to the end of a stage here. Got some health. That's really good. And now it's time to fight our boss here, Death Lotus. Death Lotus is probably one of the easier bosses for me to fight in 20XX because this one I can keep my distance, so I can play this one pretty safe. I just gotta be careful where they spawn and not walk into their vine attack. Death Lotus also will spit out some projectiles, but for the most part, if you just stay away, the projectiles shouldn't be close enough to hit you. But since this is our first boss, it is a pretty easy fight. If you encounter these guys later on, they do get more difficult as you continue your run. So here, if I encounter Death Lotus as, say, like my 5th fight, they would be a lot more aggressive than this. Alright, back down the bomb, this time on the right side. Almost dead. If I can just get like a charge shot off on this plant, that might be enough. Maybe 2 charge shots. There we go. That was it. I shouldn't really get anything from this container. Yeah, I pretty much get health, which I don't need. So I beat this under the little time limit there on the bottom right, bottom left of the screen, which means I get a speed bonus. And here, wow, what a bonus! I get nothing. That's the same result as if I didn't finish this in under like 5 minutes. What the heck is wrong with you guys? So now I can go ahead and take a boss power, or I can also take one of these items, but since I'm playing on Defiant, I can actually get 2 items. So I'm going to take the boss's weapon and then the heart container. So more health and the mortar is a good pick. Now because of that one modifier, I can't pick where I'm going, so we're going to go and take on Shatterbeak, I guess, because that's my only option. Just gotta be careful here, because I'm going into an ice stage. And the ice stages are kind of difficult to navigate because of all the ice, obviously. You gotta worry about the ice physics. But then there are certain enemies I want to worry about as well here. If there's one type later on we'll have to keep an eye out for, which is basically a dispenser enemy. And they're gonna just send out like little missiles that can home in on you and do a lot of damage to if you let them go off. So we gotta be careful of those guys. Yeah, there's a lot of these little small fry enemies around here. Wasn't expecting all of them. And nothing in that box. It's down here. There may be another crate for us to destroy. Gotta just take this very safe. Destroy it from the left, like this. Oh, it's just ammo. I haven't used my weapon yet. I don't need that. And I feel when you want health, you just get ammo. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna take me up here. Yep, I'm up here now. That's where I gotta go, so that works out. Another crate over here. Hopefully this has health. Or I could just almost die. Yeah, that's even better. I don't think I saw health drop out of that from when I was up in that very top area. Yeah, that's just ammo. It was all ammo from that crate, so that wasn't even worth it. I almost died for nothing. Be careful here with the guy with the shield, because shield enemies, as you see, if you shoot them when the shield is up, they will reflect that shot back out to you and make it a spread shot. So I gotta be careful and not attack these guys unnecessarily. I gotta slide down here. Just be very slow about things. Don't jump into the freezing water. Oh, that's bad. If I jump in that water now, I'm just dead. Because that will do just enough damage to kill me. Nothing down here. Sometimes a chest can spawn down there. Or not really a chest, like a box for health and such. Since this is a roguelike, the structure of these levels can always be different. So this is a no damage run. So I gotta be careful. If it's an enemy swarm I gotta worry about. Nah, got hit. I was trying to avoid that attack too. Those big guys with the shield, they will throw out an arm that does a lot of damage there. Well, it looks like it does a lot of damage, but just normal, like 1 or 2 HP, depending on your modifiers. No, the health! Oh, one time an enemy drops health, it goes in the pit. Really wanted that. I'm gonna let that spider fall, because I am not trusting myself right now. Okay, these guys here, I can actually use my mortar, and it will home in on these guys as long as they're on screen. So I don't even need to worry about there's a wall in my way. The mortar will go through the wall. Alright, let me get rid of this guy. This little penguin's in my way. Alright, there you go. If I get high enough, I'll just use the mortar again. Because that guy's a little too far away. I don't think I'll get to him in time with that missile on me. Oh, this is a really bad setup. Yeah, I had a feeling. I was trying to jump right in the middle of those two icicles, but that just didn't work out. Well, we got farther than the first run, at least. Remember, you can stop whenever you've given up hope, which is any time in my life. Give up now while you still can. Seed is there in the bottom right, so if you want to try this one out for yourself, enter that seed in your game, and see if you can get farther in stage 2. You might be able to, compared to me. I got a lot of chips to work with here, so I'm going to start with this one. The Quantum Spook is a really good power for what I'm doing here. And I only have like another 11. So honestly, I'm not really sure what the use is for. If I can get one of these to show up, this would be nice, but I haven't had any of those items show up, so I might just want to do this and then get a token and just start another run. So let's go ahead and do that. This will be our last run for today's video, so let's just see how this goes. Alright, so jungle station here. Nice for starting out with a different level. Haven't really been in the jungle, so have to be very careful here. We got a lot of the vine enemies we got to worry about. Just gonna keep my distance, use my charge shots. That'll do the most damage here. While playing it safe. I stay on the ceiling here, which is magnetic, so I can just stand on the ceiling and walk there. This kind of reminds me of one of the dungeons in Twilight Princess, because I kind of do that thing as well. It was a cool idea, it just kind of sucked. I was really only like in one dungeon and then an optional area in that game, and that was it. Because the idea of clinging the ceilings and using that as an extra walkway is always a cool thing to make. I don't know if games really do that, where they just kind of once in a while introduce like a cool mechanic, making it kind of like an anti-grav section, because that's kind of what that is anti-grav. But it makes sense because you're metal, that's a magnet, you stick to magnets. It just makes a lot of sense. I like seeing that kind of innovation in games. It's always nice to see. Gonna wait for all these platforms to appear. This is a little bit of a slow section, but it's best to play this one a little bit slow and safe. Gonna take the top route here, once the platforms spawn. Be careful not to fall into that goop. That's gonna really hurt if I fall. This is gonna be a little nerve-wracking, so I may want to take it a little bit slow and then move on. It's best to take out those enemies first. We're doing good here so far. I'm actually pretty proud of this. We made it through the first stage, getting to the boss without taking any damage, so that's really good. Now we have all of our health to work with here. So these guys are pretty difficult. The Twin Astrals here, they have some pretty aggressive attacks that fill up a lot of the screen, so I'm not expecting this one to go that swimmingly, but we're going to try our best. Yeah, this is already bad. This is already terrible. I'm almost dead. And I'm dead. Okay. I did say that was going to go pretty bad, and I wasn't kidding. So out of our 3 attempts, run number 2 was definitely the best. This one was good until I got to the boss room. Perfect run, and then abysmal boss. That was embarrassing. So if you want to try out this one, the code there is on the bottom right, just like always. So enter the C code into your game, and yeah, you'll probably do better. Let's not kid ourselves. That boss fight was embarrassing. So if you ever want to try out your own seeds there, and you want to try the ones I showed in today's video, you just go up here in Seed Racer, and you can go ahead and enter your own seed here. And you can also use all the same modifiers that I did, or use different ones, or just not use them at all. So if you want to go ahead and play this a little bit different, or in the same way, come up here and do your seed in the Seed Racer. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys for watching. We'll probably revisit this game, try this out with Ace, and maybe the other characters as well that are in this game, since this game does have DLC characters. I don't have the DLC purchase at this moment, but I will probably revisit this challenge with the DLC characters as well when I decide to pick them up in the future. But that's going to do it for today's video, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Try out some of these seeds yourself if you own 20XX, and good luck. With that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.